Many people believe that building wealth requires a massive inheritance, a lucky lottery ticket, or a high-flying job in the city. But the truth is far more quiet and much more accessible than that. It is often the small, consistent actions we take every single day that determine where we will stand 10, 20, or 30 years from now. If you have ever felt overwhelmed by the thought of your financial future, I want you to take a deep breath and realize that you do not need $1 million today to start building a legacy for tomorrow. You only need the discipline to start where you are with what you have, even if that is just a small amount like $100 a week. I want to welcome you back to this space of learning and growth, and if you are joining us for the first time, I am so glad you are here. I am Rabbi David. My mission is to help you bridge the gap between ancient spiritual wisdom and the very practical needs of your modern financial life. We are living in a time where many feel a sense of uncertainty about the economy and their own stability. But I am here to tell you that the principles of the Torah and the wisdom of our sages provide a steady foundation that has outlasted every market crash and every era of inflation in history. When we talk about wealth, we are not just talking about numbers in a bank account, although those numbers are important for providing for our families and our communities. We are talking about the peace of mind that comes from being a good steward of the resources we have been given. It is about recognizing that every dollar is a tool that can be used to build something meaningful. Before we dive deep into the specific strategy of how to turn $100 a week into a foundation for real wealth, I want to make sure you have the support you need to really master these concepts. And for those who are truly serious about accelerating their journey, for a limited time, I am opening the doors to the Torah Millionaire Business School for just $299. This is where I unveil the complete Torah wealth system, the full architecture of ancient wisdom applied to modern financial transformation. You can find the link in the comments below this video, in the description. And if you are watching on my YouTube channel, you will also see a QR code on the banner of my channel page. Just open your phone camera, point it at the QR code, and it will take you directly to the school. The doors are closing soon, so do not wait. The concept of building wealth through small steps is deeply rooted in our tradition. There is a beautiful idea in the Talmud that teaches us about the power of consistency. It says that a person should always divide their wealth into 3 parts: 1/3 in land, 1/3 in business, and 1/3 kept in hand. While the specific investments have changed over the centuries, the underlying principle of diversification and preparedness remains exactly the same. When you set aside $100 a week, you are practicing this ancient wisdom in a modern context. You are not putting all your eggs in one basket, and you are not waiting for a miracle to save you. Instead, you are creating the conditions for a miracle to happen through your own diligent effort. Real wealth is not something that happens overnight, and I want to be very clear about that from the beginning. It takes time. It involves risk, and there are never any guarantees in the world of finance. Anyone who tells you otherwise is not being honest with you. The markets go up and they go down, and even the most carefully planned investments can face challenges. But the Torah teaches us that the hand of the diligent makes rich. This diligence is not about working yourself to exhaustion. It is about the steady, quiet commitment to a path of growth. It is about being like the ant that the book of Proverbs tells us to observe, small, persistent, and always preparing for the future. The ant does not have a ruler or a guide, yet it prepares its food in the summer and gathers its provision in the harvest. This teaches us that we must take personal responsibility for our own provision. We cannot wait for someone else to solve our problems. We must look at the seasons of our lives and understand when it is time to work and when it is time to store up. By setting aside $100 a week, you are honoring this principle of preparation. You are recognizing that there will be seasons of harvest and seasons of scarcity, and by acting now, you are building a bridge between them. This is not a burden. It is a profound act of self-care and wisdom that will serve you and your family for many years to come. When you decide to commit $100 every week to your financial growth, you are doing more than just saving money. You are making a statement to yourself and to the world that you believe in your future. You are saying that you value the hard work you have done to earn that money, and you are choosing to plant it like a seed. Think about a giant oak tree. It did not start as a massive trunk with sprawling branches. It started as a tiny acorn. If you look at that acorn, it is hard to imagine the majesty of the tree it will become. But if you plant it in good soil, give it water, and let the sun shine on it over many years, the transformation is inevitable. Your $100 a week is that acorn. Many of my students ask me where they should even begin. They feel like $100 is too small to make a difference. They see the prices of homes and the cost of living rising, and they feel discouraged. But let us look at the math of consistency. If you were to save $100 a week, that is $400 a month, or roughly $5,200 a year, over 10 years, without any growth at all, that is $52,000. Now, if you were to invest that money wisely, understanding that investments carry risk and returns are not guaranteed, the power of compound interest begins to work in your favor. Over 20 or 30 years, those small weekly steps can grow into a significant sum that provides security for your retirement and a legacy for your children. The sages teach us that he who gathers little by little increases his wealth. This is a profound psychological truth, as well as a financial one. When we try to make huge leaps, we often fall. We take unnecessary risks because we are in a hurry. We look for the get-rich-quick schemes that promise high returns with no effort. But these are often traps that lead to ruin. The Torah path is the path of the slow and steady. It is about building a solid house on a firm foundation of rock, rather than a palace on the sand. By focusing on that $100 a week, you are training your mind to focus on what you can control. You cannot control the global economy, but you can control whether or not you set aside that small amount this week. Compassion for oneself is also a vital part of this journey. There will be weeks when an unexpected expense arises, a car repair, a medical bill, or a family need. In those weeks, you might not be able to set aside the full $100. Do not let that discourage you. Do not let one difficult week stop your entire journey. The goal is not perfection. The goal is persistence. If you can only do $50 one week, do 50. If you can only do 10, do 10. The important thing is to keep the habit alive. In the Torah, we learn that even the smallest offering given with a sincere heart is precious. Your commitment to your financial health is a form of self-respect and a way of honoring the life you have been given. Let us talk about the practical side of where that $100 goes. In our modern world, we have many tools that the ancients did not have, but the principles remain the same. You might choose to put that money into a diversified index fund, which allows you to own a small piece of many different companies. This is a way of following the Talmudic advice to divide your wealth. You are not betting on one single company to succeed. You are participating in the growth of the economy as a whole. Of course, you must remember that the stock market is volatile. There will be years when your balance goes down. This is why we think in terms of decades, not days. We are like the farmer who plants his crops and waits for the rain. He does not dig up the seeds every morning to see if they are growing. He trusts the process, and he stays patient. Furthermore, understanding the nature of markets requires a calm heart. When you see the news headlines shouting about a crash or a correction, remember that these are natural parts of the economic cycle. Just as the earth has seasons of winter where everything seems to be dying, the markets have seasons of decline. But spring always follows winter. By staying invested and continuing your $100 weekly commitment, you are buying more when prices are low and participating in the recovery when prices rise. This requires a level of emotional maturity that the Torah helps us develop, the ability to remain steady in the face of temporary storms. Another important aspect of this journey is the concept of integrity. The Torah is very clear that wealth must be gained honestly. Wealth gained by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathers by labor shall increase. When you build your wealth slowly through consistent saving and investing, you are building it on a foundation of integrity. You are not taking shortcuts. You are not trying to profit at the expense of others. This brings a different kind of richness to your life, a richness of character and a clear conscience. When you lay your head on your pillow at night, you can sleep soundly, knowing that your progress is the result of your own honest effort and the blessings of the Almighty. I also want to encourage you to look at your expenses with a compassionate but discerning eye. Often, we find that we are spending money on things that do not truly bring us joy or security. We might be spending $20 here and $30 there on small conveniences that add up to more than $100 a week. By consciously choosing to redirect that money toward your future, you are not depriving yourself. You are choosing a greater joy later over a small convenience now. This is the essence of discipline, choosing what you want most over what you want right now. It is a spiritual practice as much as a financial one. As we move forward, I want you to think about the people in your life who will benefit from your financial stability. Perhaps it is your spouse, your children, or the charities you care about. In our tradition, we are taught that we do not own our wealth. We are merely trustees of it. We are given resources so that we can do good in the world. When you have a solid financial foundation, you are in a much better position to help others. You can give more generously to your synagogue or church. You can support local food banks. And you can be a source of strength for your family in times of need. This is the true purpose of the Billionaire Rabbi's teachings, to empower you to be a blessing to others. Now let us consider the age group many of you are in. If you are between 45 and 65, you might feel like you have started too late. You might look at the years behind you and wish you had started this when you were 20. I want to tell you that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is today. Do not waste your energy on regret. Regret is a heavy burden that prevents you from moving forward. Instead, focus on the strength and wisdom you have gained over the years. You have a perspective that a younger person does not have. You understand the value of time and the importance of stability. Use that wisdom to fuel your commitment to your $100 a week, starting right now. Even if you only have 10 or 15 years until you hope to retire, those years can be incredibly productive if you are focused and consistent. The power of compounding is most dramatic in the later years of an investment's life. It is like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it gathers just a little bit of snow, but as it gets bigger and rolls faster, it picks up more and more. Your job is to keep that snowball rolling. Do not let the distractions of the world or the fears of the moment stop you. Stay the course. Keep your eyes on the long-term goal and trust that your small steps are leading you toward a place of greater security. In the Torah, we see many examples of individuals who started with very little and built great legacies through faith and hard work. Jacob, for instance, left his home with nothing but his staff. He worked for many years, facing many challenges and deceptions, but he remained diligent and faithful. In the end, he became very wealthy and the father of a great nation. His story reminds us that our current circumstances do not define our ultimate destination. It is the direction we are moving in that matters. By choosing to do this with $100 each week, you are setting your direction toward wealth and legacy. Remember that real wealth also includes your health, your relationships, and your spiritual well-being. If you gain a fortune but lose your health or your family, you are not truly wealthy. That is why the Torah emphasizes balance. We work, but we also rest on the Sabbath. We accumulate, but we also give away a portion of what we earn. We focus on the future, but we also find gratitude for the present moment. This holistic approach is what leads to a life of true abundance. As you embark on this journey of saving $100 a week, make sure you are also investing time in your loved ones and in your connection to the divine. Think about the legacy you want to leave behind. A legacy is not just about the money you pass on, it is about the values you demonstrate. When your children and grandchildren see you being disciplined, generous, and faithful, they are learning lessons that are far more valuable than any inheritance. You are showing them that it is possible to build a life of security and integrity through small, steady steps. You are teaching them that wealth is a tool for good, not an end in itself. This generational wisdom is one of the greatest gifts you can ever give. It ensures that the blessings you build today will continue to flow and grow for generations to come, creating a ripple effect of stability and kindness in the world. Let us also talk about the role of prayer and faith. While I believe deeply in the power of prayer, I want to be clear that the Torah does not teach that prayer is a magic formula for money. We do not pray so that God will fill our bank accounts without any effort on our part. Instead, we pray for wisdom, for strength, and for the opportunity to use our talents. We pray that our efforts will be blessed and that we will have the character to handle success with humility. Wealth is a responsibility, and we ask for the grace to carry that responsibility well. Our spiritual practices ground us and remind us of what is truly important, which in turn helps us make better financial decisions. When you look at your $100 a week, I want you to see it as a symbol of your partnership with the Almighty. You are doing your part by being diligent and disciplined, and you are trusting that the natural laws of growth and the blessings of life will do the rest. This is a peaceful way to live. It removes the frantic energy of trying to force things to happen and replaces it with a steady confidence. You are doing what is right, you are following ancient wisdom, and you are being responsible with your life. That is a position of great strength. I also want to address the fear that many people feel about the future. It is natural to feel anxious when we see headlines about inflation or market downturns. But remember that the Jewish people have survived and thrived through countless economic cycles over thousands of years. We have done this by sticking to our core principles: education, community, hard work, and faith. When you follow these principles, you are part of a long chain of wisdom that has proven its worth time and time again. You are not alone on this journey. You are supported by the collective experience of generations who have faced uncertainty and built something lasting. As you go about your week, I want you to carry this sense of purpose with you. Every time you choose to save rather than spend, every time you choose to learn rather than distract yourself, you are building your legacy. You are becoming the person who is capable of handling wealth and using it for good. This transformation of character is just as important as the transformation of your bank account. You are developing the habits of a millionaire rabbi, someone who is rich in spirit as well as in resources. I am so proud of you for taking the time to listen and to reflect on these truths. It shows that you have a heart that is open to growth and a mind that is seeking wisdom. That is the most important starting point. No matter where you are starting from, no matter how many mistakes you feel you have made in the past, today is a new day. The Torah tells us that the mercies of the Almighty are new every morning. You have the opportunity to make a new choice today, to start a new habit, and to begin a new chapter in your financial story. And remember, if you are ready to take this transformation to the highest possible level, the Torah Millionaire Business School is waiting for you. For a limited time, you can access the complete Torah Wealth System for just $299. This is the exact blueprint I have used to help thousands of people achieve massive financial and spiritual success. The doors are closing soon. Click the link in the comments, find it in the description, or scan the QR code on my channel banner right now. It has been a blessing to share these moments with you. I hope you feel empowered to take that $100 this week and begin your journey of building real wealth. May you be blessed with wisdom, with strength, and with a heart that is full of gratitude. May your efforts be fruitful, and may your life be a source of light to all those around you. I look forward to seeing you again soon as we continue to explore the intersection of faith and finance. Shalom.